Good evening, everyone. Some people are saying good morning. It's good evening. Good evening, all of you. Yes, today you will get link for yesterday's PDF as well as today's PDF. All the 3 days PDF you will get. Good evening, guys. Priya, Priyanshi, Dhruv, Prasanna, Sia, Suruchi, Nikhil, Komal, Kotana, Ashu, Jaimin, Isak, Mahi, Valencia. Thank you, guys. You are back again. Vijaya, Bhavesh, Avan, hello everyone. Niz, good evening, guys. I am from Mumbai, guys. I am from Mumbai. Dhruv, certificate you will get it. Shomai, Yojita, Gitanshu, Desi, Anushri. Good evening. Okay, okay. So I'm good. Thank you for asking. I hope all of you are fine too. Kamlesh, Jacob, okay, all attendance link and all will be shared with you in some time. Uh, and we can begin with today's session now. Arun, my name is Arun. Thank you, Arun, for letting me know. Arfat Qureshi. Okay. So, guys, yesterday we have seen object oriented principles. We have covered class, object, encapsulation, and we have seen what is polymorphism, how the polymorphism is done with the method overloading, constructor overloading. You have also seen method overriding. You have seen the part of inheritance and yesterday, yes, we have not seen abstraction. So today we will continue from that point, and we will see the what is abstract class and what are interfaces. That part we will begin with. So please, guys, allow me to present my slides, and I'm sharing my screen. Yes, I hope the screen is visible. Is it visible, guys? Please give me the confirmation. Okay. So we have to. Okay, thank you. GUI part currently we will not cover. Uh, that swing and all you are asking, Raghu, that we are not taking now. There are many things. Time duration will be 2 hours for this session. I'm beginning now. It will be till 8:30, and let's start with abstract class. Today also we'll be learning abstract class interfaces, exceptions, how to handle exception, how to create custom exceptions. We will be seeing collections, and today very importantly we'll be developing one project also. So again, we have to rush and we have to complete all things in the short period of time. um, Abstract class, what is the abstract class, what is abstract method? An abstract class is the class that is declared as abstract. Any class, if you are declaring as abstract, that will become abstract. For example, here class employee is there, it is declared with abstract, so it has become abstract. Even if a normal class with normal variables and with concrete methods, that means the methods which has the definition, even if you are having that and you are preceding any class with abstract, that will become a abstract. And always remember that you cannot create the object of abstract class. That's why abstract classes cannot be instantiated. Instantiated means you cannot create the object of abstract class. Okay. It is declared using abstract keyword. And most importantly, abstract class usually have the abstract methods. Now see here, there is a one method, calculate increment. And this method is not having any definition. It is terminated with a semicolon. So it is called as abstract method. And once in your class, if any abstract method is there, then that class will become abstract class. So let me give you the example of this in the IntelliJ. Let's go in the IntelliJ. Okay. So here I am having, see, I've kept some of the things ready for you guys. Let me create another package for you. How to create a package, new package, and say it's a day 2 concept, so I'll put day 2, and let's have one class as demo. Okay, and in the demo I will have the main method. You can have one more class over here as say class employee. And in this employee class, you can have the normal variables, ID. See, even though I have written this class in the same file, it is, see, Java is employee. It is creating in a separate file. In the demo, day 2 package, there are two classes. That is demo class, and demo is a executable class. And this employee is the another class which we are creating. You will get the link, don't worry, you will get the link for the ppt and ppt yesterday's is also string say name, and these things are there. And you are declaring one more method as say void calculate increment. This thing you have declared, and you are terminating with a semicolon. Once you are terminating any method with a semicolon, that method becomes abstract because it doesn't have any definition, so it will become abstract. And now you have to proceed it with abstract. And once your method is abstract, your class will become abstract. So your class also have, you have to write, you need to write abstract. And why this method is there when this method doesn't have any definition? Now this method is meant to be inherited, so by default also it is public. And even if I'm not writing public, it doesn't mean that the abstract method is having the access specifier as default. No, it has a public because it's a abstract method. So here the access okay, here the access specifier is public. Okay. And now you can have a child class which can inherit, suppose class manager. And in the manager class, you are writing extends employee. You're writing extends employee. What happens when any class inherits the abstract class? That class will also become abstract class. Either you have to declare this class as abstract, or if you don't want to make it abstract, you have to give the implementation of the abstract method which is there in the parent class. So there is a method calculate increment. You have to give the implementation over here with okay. What is it which I changed? Yeah. So it is not giving any error now. And now you can write here manager specific implementation code. Manager specific implementation code can go here. And see, so now what we understood, the method which is terminated with a semicolon is a abstract method. If at least one abstract method is present in the class, then that class will also become abstract class. If a class is abstract, you cannot instantiate it, you cannot create object of this class. For example, if now employee is a abstract class, when I'm trying to create an object of employee class, one second, yeah, this IntelliJ is no extra smart, this develops the code, I will get an error. It is abstract, it cannot be instantiated, so I cannot create a abstract class object. And when you are inheriting an abstract class, the child class also becomes abstract. So if you don't want that child class to become abstract, you have to give the implementation for the abstract method which is present in the parent class. So here I have given the implementation, and this is mostly done to have specific implementation. Like I'm having a manager class, tomorrow I can have some other class, like I can have uh, like a programmer class. Okay, I can have this class, and this also I can inherit, extends employee, and here also I can overwrite the same method, but here the programmer specific code will come. Okay, now this both code can be different. That means you're giving, the parent is giving the flexibility to the child class to write their own implementation code. This is the purpose. Here you can write your own implementation part. That's the purpose of abstract class. Let's go back in the slide. We have covered this one. Okay, rules to write abstract class. Abstract class can contain implemented method, yes, concrete methods, the methods which has definition, that methods can be there. For example, see here, I have written display details method. This method is having certain code written, so it could be the to unlock that. Okay, constructors with common attributes, that can also be there. Abstract method, having abstract method is optional. That means, like for example, if you are not having an abstract method in the employee class, like I'm removing this method, still you are writing this class as abstract, then that means it is abstract, and you can make your class as abstract. So having abstract method is optional. Now let's see what are interfaces. I hope this concept abstract class is clear, guys. Please put in the chat box, is the abstract class concept clear? Bindu, is it clear? Valencia, need to see your messages. Can we move ahead? Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead then. Interfaces. Now, abstract classes, interfaces, like abstract class, you cannot create object for the interfaces also. And interfaces do not have, interfaces methods do not have any body, and it is 100% abstract class. That means, let me give a nice demo over here. I will delete all the three classes, employee, manager, and programmer. All classes I'm deleting. What I'm having is just one demo class in that main method we are having. Uh, okay, so uh, if you want to create an interface, you have to proceed with interface keyword, and any interface you can create. For example, you are writing a car interface. Inside this you can have many methods. Void one, void, for example, void go forward, terminate with semicolon, void go reverse. You can have start engine. and so on. All these methods are by default public and abstract. All these methods, even if I'm not writing, that doesn't mean it is having other access specifier or it is not abstract. It is by default. Even if you write, no issues. If you are not writing, then also by default compiler will consider it as public and abstract. So all the methods are by default preceded with public abstract. Writing this is optional part. Okay, so here uh, interface is 100% abstract class. You cannot have a interface with a concrete method, like the method which has definition. You cannot have that way. It is a um, abstract, 100% abstract class. All the methods in the interface will be abstract. Now when you are inheriting, how to inherit the interface? For example, I am having a class, say Tata. Okay, I'm sorry, class keyword small, and it this wants to inherit the car. Then you cannot write extends. You have to, instead of extends, you have to write implements car. Once you are implementing interface, you have to give the definition for all the abstract methods which are present in that interface. Otherwise your class will also become abstract. So what I'm doing here, I am giving the implementation, or else you can write it, or else you can just click here, IntelliJ will do it for you. Implement all the methods and say okay. Now what has done, it has overridden all the methods. Yesterday we have seen the overridden concept, override concept also. What was the override concept? That parent class method is inherited in the child class with the same signature. Now I hope you people understand the meaning of signature. Signature means same prototype. What is prototype? Now the parent is having prototype as public abstract void go reverse. Go reverse is the name of method, and it doesn't have any parameters, so method is same, everything is same. Only just abstract is been, keyword is been removed. So your method is exactly same, and it is having annotation as override. This annotation will give you warning if you are changing any signature of the of any method. If you are changing the signature of overridden methods, the override annotation will notify you or give you error that it is not matching with the parent. So you will understand you have to match it with the parent. So that's why these annotations are important. Even you can have annotation for getter and setter methods. Okay. So right now here I have given the implementation, and I'm not writing the code inside now. There is no point in writing. This is what is interface is. I hope interface is clear. One more point I have to explain about interfaces, that are variables, that I'll explain what, how the interfaces variables are there. Um, let's come here and see. So on implementation of interface, you must write all its abstract methods. Abstract methods are by default abstract and public. Interface variables are public, static, and final. See, one thing is, all these abstract methods and variable has to be public, because it has to be, it is meant to be overridden, it is meant to be used outside the class, so it has to be public. Static, because you cannot instantiate interface, so these variables has to be static, without object you can call it. And final, these will be shared by final. Okay, I have not talked about final keyword yet, so let me explain you. Final means you cannot modify. One second, guys. Final means like in C, C++, you use constant. In the same way, here we in Java, we have final. So int, let's say A is equal to 100. Now, this is by default public. static, and final. That means this is by default. Even if you are not writing it, you are simply writing int a equal to 100. This by default means it is public, accessible outside, static, no need of you having object, and it is final. It is unchangeable. You cannot modify the value of a. I hope this interfaces concepts is clear. You can achieve the security, and interfaces also, very importantly, it supports multiple inheritance. In Java we have seen there is a single inheritance. You can have a and b, you can have multi-level inheritance c, but now you can have multiple inheritance also, whereby you can have two parent classes a and b, and you can inherit a third class from two parent interfaces. So, like for example, if I have to show you here, let me again remove all this code. Suppose you are having class A, you're having, sorry, you're having class B, you're having class C. And if I want my C class to be extended from extends A, as well as I want it to extend B also, then it is not possible. It will give you error. But if it is interface, it is possible. Inheriting n number of, but when you are in like when you are having these interfaces, you have to implement. You have to use implements keyword. Okay, but this way you can have multiple inheritance possible in Java. I hope this is clear, guys. Is it clear? Can we begin with, this was end of the yesterday's topic, and now we will begin with today's session, that is exception handling. Can we go ahead? Okay, thank you, Sneha. Sneha, Dhruv, Jyoti, thank you, guys. Yes, using interface, we can achieve multiple inheritance. Okay, let's see exception handling. Now, what is an exception? Exception is a scenario which occurs, like which programmer has not thought of, which occurs, sudden occurrence is there, and unwanted, I can better term it as unwanted situation. So exception is an unwanted event that occurs during the execution of the program and which disturbs the normal flow of the program. um, an exception describes an exceptional condition that occurs in piece of code. Exception happens either during compilation or execution process. That is, exception can happen either in the compile time, or it can, like if it is happening in the compile time, you will come to know before you go ahead and execute your program. So you have to take care of that. And it can either happen after your compilation at the runtime, when you are actually executing, when your program is actually getting executed, that time the exception can occur. So based on that, there are categories of exception. Let me show you. See here, exception mechanism helps a programmer bypass any exceptional situation. Now this situation is there, this situation has occurred. What has happened? Your entire flow has got disturbed. So now you have to handle it. Once you will handle it in a proper manner, like Java has given you a way to handle the exception, if you are handling it in a proper manner, you can bypass this situation, and again you can take your program on the path and you can end it in your intended manner. So you can end it in your intended manner. So let's go ahead and see the example of exception. See, they have given some features. A program with exception handling does not stop abruptly. You can terminate it with the appropriate message. It helps to maintain the normal flow of your application. It separates error handling code from regular code. It reports meaningful errors to the people. It simplifies tracing error location. Okay, I'll come to this diagram later. Let me just go in the IntelliJ first and explain you here. For example, here now suppose I'm accepting two numbers. Let me just initialize two numbers. A is 10 and B is, I'm writing 0. No problem. I'm writing A is 10, B is 0. And now I want to, very famous example, I want to divide A divided by B. What will be my answer? And I want to finish write something that um, program over, close, some close all the operations, something like this I have written. And now I'm executing this program. Okay, what will happen? Yes, Jayesh has correctly said that we will get division by 0 error. That is arithmetic error. Division by 0 is uh, um, it basically runtime error. Yes, it is a runtime error because your program executed correctly. In compile time, there was nothing, no warning, nothing at all came. And my program till compile time, I was like, okay, my program is going to run. I'm not getting any error. But when I actually executed it, it gave me error. That's why you can call it as it is the runtime error. It is giving you the error in the late binding. So now what has happened, because of this exception is arrived at line number 6. Because of this exception, your this line number 7 is not printed. This is not executed, and um, this has abruptly turned off your program, which you never would like to turn off. So what you will do, you will handle this exception. And now there are various ways of handling this exception. You can use here try, like you can put the code in the try block in which you have a doubt that this can generate a exception. So I'm putting this particular line in the try block, and if at all any exception is there, handle it. I will write now here arithmetic exception, and I can print that exception as out, or else I can print on my own message that division by 0 not possible, please change value, or something like this. I can write it so that my program will not give this kind of error. And now let's execute it again. Okay, see now what has happened. Exception has still arrived, exception has still generated, but it is being handled very nicely. It is been handled by Java. Now this catch is there which is handling the exception and which is printing division by 0 is not possible. It is giving me the correct reason why it is failing, and it is also printing the program over, close all the other operation. So you can handle the exception one way. We have learned two keywords in the exception handling, that is try and catch. In catch you can have various exception, like you can put like array out of bound exception, null pointer exception, any kind of exception you can put. You can have exception directly, you can write, which is the parent class of all the other exception classes. Why I have put e after the arithmetic exception? E represents the object. See, for example, here I am writing arithmetic exception E, and now here E represents the object. Now if you want to print any more detailing and all which Java is having, you can display the E object, and you can, so in E object toString method, yesterday we have seen toString method, that is been overwritten, and which prints the type of error it is, which Java has already structured, which Java has already written in the constructor of this arithmetic exception. You guys are too much worried for the PPT, asking again and again PPT. You all will get PPT. Do not worry on this. Okay. put your doubts, specific doubts, in the chat box. Okay, division by 0 is not possible. Now e, now let's see how the e is printed. What is the value in the e? So see, division by 0 is not possible, and from here java.lang.arithmetic exception, this is the package where your arithmetic exception class is being located. And what is the error? By 0. This information is there in e. Okay, you can have various method like e dot get message, you what get cause, or there are so many methods that also you can use it. Very specific message, if you want, you can use it like get message. Okay, so let's go ahead now. I hope this try and catch is clear. E is clear. Few points are clear, right, guys? Throw and throws, I'm slowly coming towards all the keywords right now. See, there are in exception handling, there are 5 keywords: throw, try, catch, throw, throws, and what the fifth one finally. So we are going to see all these 5 keywords today, but right now try and catch is clear. Is it clear, guys? Please. You can have for one try, you can have multiple catches also. For example, let me have another uh, say array I'm having, which is I'm putting it like 23, 45, 66, 77, 88. Okay, this is my array. Okay, and I'm trying to get now what is the array. You guys are aware about array. Array stores the data of the same type. Multiple integer data I have stored. Now 23 is starting at the 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what is the total size of the array? Here it is 4. 4 is the size of the array. And now suppose I'm having here s out as display arr of say 7th. There is no problem in writing this statement arr of 7. There is no problem. But what is the problem over here? The 7th location is not there. There is only 4 location: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Size is 4, array size is 4. So 7th, nothing is there. Now this is the out of bound exception, array index out of bound. Your index 7 index is not present. So now if I'll write this, if I'll run this program, what will happen? Same problem will happen. See now. Okay, arithmetic is exception is getting generated. Let me just have arithmetic exception. I have made b as 5, so arithmetic exception will not come. Okay, now what has happened? I got the answer for the a divided by b, that is 2, but I got the error that it index 7 is out of bound because array length is 5. So now my catch is not capable of handling the second kind of exception. What I can do, I can have another catch, array index out of bounds exception, and I can handle this exception also and write array length problem, something like this I'm writing. And now let's execute again. So see, array length problem is coming and your program is executing in a proper message. Catch block will execute only if there is exception in try block. Yes, yes, definitely. Very correct, Bindu. Catch block will execute if there is an exception in the try block. If that exception is not coming, try block will not execute. For example, see here I'm writing, printing now a divided by b, 10 divided by 5, no problem. And ARR 3 value is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 77. It will be displayed. See, no catch data is being displayed. Both the catches are not displayed. So yeah, the point here is you can have for one try block, you can have multiple catch. You can have n number of catches, but it is not proper advisable to have like this. You can have one catch, and you can have one catch which is capable of handling these different kinds of exception. So instead of writing arithmetic exception or array index bound of exception, you can also mention over here is exception. Yes, you can write only exception class, which is the parent of all the other exception classes, and you whatever error like probleming is, you can indicate that. And now this will be capable of handling both the arithmetic exception as well as array index out of bounds exception both. Okay, I hope this try with multiple catches is clear. Yes guys, can we move ahead? Give your confirmation. Can we move ahead guys? I think the chats are loading little bit late, so I'm okay. Okay, so see everyone, thank you Dhruv, Prasanna, thank you. Okay, so now remember one thing. Yesterday we were writing two-string method. Two-string method is actually coming from this object class, which is the parent of all the objects which you are creating. Which even if user is creating user-defined objects and the already classes which are inbuilt. So it is object is the parent of all the objects which you create in the Java. And now object is having a child class as throwable. Under throwable, you have two major classes, that is exception and error. Currently, we are studying this part, exception. We are not going into error. Error, we have to fix the error. We cannot handle the error. We have to fix it. Okay, there could be several errors you might have seen, that is stack overflow error, out of memory error, verify error, linkages error. This kind of error you must have seen. You have to handle these errors. Okay, and whereas exception is of two types, as okay, as you can categorize as unchecked exception and checked exception. Like for example, the exceptions which are generated at runtime are unchecked. Why? Because compile time you think that the everything is going to get executed very normally, and suddenly at runtime the error comes. That is unchecked exception. Runtime error occur. Now we have seen the example of arithmetic exception. When we write program, nothing, no error was shown by from framework. But when we executed the program, there was an error. So this is the unchecked exception, the exception which is generated at the runtime, that is unchecked exception. And there are some exceptions like IO exception, interrupted exception, remote exception. These exception um, are aware like this problem will happen. This is aware at the time of compile time. These are checked exception, the exception which you come to know which will be generated, that are checked exception. And why this happens? Because there is a throw keyword which has been used by the Java, and that's why it happens. Like we have to handle this exception in the compile time. Like let me show you one example. Go in the IntelliJ. Okay, I'll clear out our this work. Okay, uh, suppose you want to input two numbers. How to input two numbers, guys? How to input two numbers? What I have to use? I have to use scanner. Is there any other alternative way than scanner? What else can I use? Any idea what else can I use? Let me use buffer reader. Let me use buffer reader. Okay, so I'm here. I'm using buffer reader. Buffer reader. Now, buffer reader is a class which is available in the package IO. So I can simply write here import java.io.start. All the input output classes are there in the buffer reader that you will get. Uh, I'm purposely using buffer reader instead of scanner because I want to show you the checked exception, compile time exception, checked exception. Right now, what is my motto? My motto is to study what are checked exception. Okay, so I'm using buffer reader br equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader, and system dot in. This I have written. I'll give a message to user to enter number. User will enter a number and I have to read that number. How to read that number? Br dot read line, and then this number will be converted into, like, if it is a number, I have to take it in some integer which needs to get converted, and that can be converted by using integer class dot method get integer get sorry integer dot parse int. Okay, now it is giving me some error. What is the error? Unhandled exception Java IO. Now exception is getting generated, but this needs to be handled. Now this type of exception is called as checked exception, and I hope the checked exception is clear. Guys, did you saw what is the checked exception? You can get the SQL exception when you do JDBC connection. JDBC part we are not covering in session currently, but definitely on some other time we can cover it. But when you do this JDBC connection, SQL exception is generated, that is checked exception. You have to handle it. Okay, so here read line, this exception is generated, IO exception is generated, and I have to handle this. I can handle it by either by using try and catch. What is the exception? IO exception. If you remember name, that's fine. Otherwise, you can simply write exception class parent class E. Okay, and you can go ahead and accept the number, and you can also print you have entered some number. You can show it that number to your user. What is the number I have taken? N. Okay, N I have declared it locally. Okay, now we can run. Enter a number. I'm entering a number 11. You have entered 11. This is one way. This was a checked exception which has to be handled. Without that, ma'am, what's the buffer reader? Buffer reader is the class which you can use to read the input, store the data for temporary period. Buffer, in buffer you store the data for temporary purpose, and buffer reader can be also used in order to write on the client machine, server machine, pass the messages. For that reason we use it, and it is, see, it is throwing the checked exception, so the procedure is quite long. So usually we prefer to use scanner over here, but when you do client server application, that time the buffer reader is the best. Okay, so input stream reader, again, this is responsible for reading the data from the, see what is happening from system.in. You are reading the data with the help of input stream reader, and this data will be taken by buffer reader, and it is taking the data as it is a read line method is there in the buffer reader. It is taking data in the string format. You have to parse it into the integer format. You have to convert it. Okay, so this is what is the buffer. Currently I wanted to show you what a checked exception. When we used read line, we got the error. That exception has to be handled. So we have handled the exception, and this is the one way you can handle the exception, or else there come a third keyword which you can use, that is throws. See, I'll remove the try catch. The exception is there, and now you can write it here, throws IO exception. This way also you can handle it. Either you can write it try or catch, or else you can mention it in throws. Enter a number. You can see a number. It is executing properly now. The difference of try and catch, if you are using try and catch, the matter is handled over here. But when you use throws, exception propagates. Suppose I'm calling one method, I have written throws into that, and I'm calling that method in some other method, then that method, the calling method, will also start throwing an exception. So that way it is exception propagates. Okay, So I hope the checked exception, unchecked exceptions are clear. Here are some examples I have included. Arithmetic, null pointer, class, cascade exception, index out of bound, illegal argument. These are the runtime errors, exceptions. And file not found exception, array index bound exception, string index bound of exception. These are okay. Sorry, very sorry. Let me just, this is still here. It is um, checked exception, and here you are having unchecked exception. Index out of bound exception is a parent class of array index out of bound and string index out of bound. This is a parent class. Illegal argument exception is a parent of number format exception. Throw and throws, see, throw is used to throws I have not yet explained, so let me come towards throw. This is clear. User defined exception, that means the custom exception which we can create. Now these are the exception we have seen which are available in the Java, but tomorrow if you want to create some exception, for example age exception, you want to create some roll number exception, you want to create invalid bank account exception, so all these exceptions are not there in the Java, but you have to create it, so that will be termed as user defined exception. You can generate your own exceptions also. Now built-in exception which are provided by the Java. Checked exception, as we have seen, these are generated at the compile time. Unchecked exceptions are generated at the runtime. You come to know about this at the runtime. I hope all the four types are clear. Is it clear, guys? Okay. Checked, unchecked. At broad level, there is user defined, there is built-in, and then there is checked and unchecked. Okay. So we have seen try, we have seen catch, we have seen finally also, and throws also we have seen. Throws is there to handle the exception. It's a way of handling the exception. It specify in the signature of the method that the exception can be generated. In the signature it specifies, and when you are using throws, remember that exception propagates. Now let's see how the throw keyword works. Okay, again go in the IntelliJ. Okay. Suppose I am having just a normal throw new, I want to throw exception, arithmetic exception. Or else I can have another method, say void sum, and this method is throwing arithmetic exception. Now what I'm doing, I'm calling this method. How to call it? I have to create the object. I don't want to create the object. What I'll do, I'll make this method as static, and I'll directly call this method as here in the main. And you can see now what has happened. I have manually thrown the exception. Now the exception is not generated, but I have thrown it purposely. So by using the throw keyword. So when you want to generate an exception, you can use a throw keyword. Now why you want to generate an exception? See, Java has used this throw keyword for these exception. I'll show you in the PPT. Let's go back. Checked exception. Check exception has to be handled at compile time, because here it is thrown. It is thrown. So now next, throw keyword, it is used to throw an exception. Suppose it may happen that you are creating a method, and that method will be used by many of the child classes and all, and there could be a chance that your exception might get thrown, and you want to handle that exception. So you can simply have a throw, so that now even if exception is not generated, you have to handle that exception. So that way you can use throw keyword. Let's I have already explained you try catch block. We can simply move ahead. Example I have given you, you can, this is for your reference. You can go through the slide. If you are anytime forgetting what I have talked, you can check the video, or else you can have the PPT with you. Finally block is to execute important codes such as closing the connection, closing the database connection, closing the TCP IP connections, network connections, where the attack can happen. So all this main code which you want in any case to be executed, this code has to be executed in any of the situation. Code you can put it in the finally block. Okay. Throw keyword, you can throw the exception. Simply you have to write throw and throw the object which you want to for which you want to throw exception. Throws keyword is to declare that exception can happen, and you can also handle with the help of throws. I've given here the example of exception propagates. Okay. Let's create custom exception. Let's create some custom exception. Suppose okay, let's go in IntelliJ. I will, this is my demo class. Okay. Suppose you want to have, I'll have a scanner, sc equal to new scanner system dot in. Yes, risky code is mandatory to handle in checked exception. Yes, it is better. Whenever you are taking input output, whenever user is entering something data, you don't have control over that. You need to handle this exception. Anywhere you are doing calculation, connections, database connection, file opening and all, there the exception can get generated. And there are many places where you want to have the exception, so that can be handled. So now there could be a need that programmer should know how to generate the custom exceptions. So right now we are looking into how to generate the custom exceptions. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. You suppose you are saying enter your name, or sorry, your age, and you want to check the age has to be in the range of say 1 to 100, and after that you will say it is not, just an example, it is not valid. So for that you can have an exception called as class say valid age exception. This you want to generate. All you have to do for generate creating custom exception is you can simply extend the exception class. See, now that there we have seen the, if you want to create a checked exception, you want to create a unchecked exception, you can inherit runtime exception also, which we have seen in the class hierarchy. But the best is part is you can inherit the exception class. Instead of exception you can inherit like runtime exception also, that is also fine. It will, this way also it is fine, but for the time being I'm keeping it as exception. And I want the valid age. When I'll create the object of it, it should display some information, and that I can keep it over here. Like in the constructor valid age, I will accept some string s, and this I can pass it to super, the exception parent class constructor, by using super keyword. I hope this is clear. Now, when, oh, suppose I'm taking in string name is oh sorry, age is equal. This is not string. This is int age is equal to, what is it? Sc dot next int. If your age is greater than 100 or your age is less than 0, what you will do, throw new valid age exception, and you will give the line like age cannot be less than 0 or greater than 100. What has happened? So it is asking me to handle the exception. I can handle it using throws valid age, or else you can use try catch, and else I will write age is correct. Okay. Now you can run your program and check. So my age I'm entering is 56. 56 is correct age. Let me run again and enter some age which is 112. I'm entering, and now the exception is getting generated. But now as I have used throws, it is giving me this way exception. Age cannot be less than 0 or greater than 100. You don't want it in red color, you can use, go ahead and use try and put it inside the try, or else take this curly bracket down and have catch and handle your valid age exception. Okay, you can remove this throws part. See, whenever this is happening in IntelliJ, I'm writing and it is aligned badly, you can simply press shift alt and L, and it will, your alignments will be proper. Okay, so now you can run the program and check again. Enter age, say minus 88. Valid age cannot be less than 0. Hope this is fine. All the keywords are clear with the exception, and custom exception is clear. Is it clear, guys? Please, Jayesh, Malik. Okay. Now let's see packages. Although we have seen packages, but still one more time. Okay. Package is nothing but a folder structure in which you can store your classes. So like here we in IntelliJ we have created, why use super? Yes. Okay. Let me go back and explain why I have used super. See, here I have used super. What happens now? See, you can see a message over here, age cannot be less than 0 or greater than 100. This message is coming when I'm displaying the object E. When I'm displaying the object E, this message is coming. This is coming. See, whenever you write an object, toString method is executed, right? In toString, this message come. Now from like how the toString method is getting this particular message. So what is happening when you throw in the exception? You have passed this message. This message went to your constructor, valid age constructor. It went to valid age constructor. Okay, here. And when you said super S, it went to parent class. Super refers to the parent class. So it went to parent class. And now from there, your string is getting initialized. So when you are printing when you are printing E, it is giving you a message. Age cannot be less than 0 or greater than 100. I hope this is clear. Okay. Okay, Dipanshi. Dipisha. Okay. Um, all these packages are defined, and to keep your classes in a proper manner you should use these packages, um, a well structured organized way. Like we have in Java, we have many inbuilt packages. There is lang package, we have seen util package, we have seen io. I have shown you for uh, why you put valid age string s. Valid age is my object. See, I have created new keyword, I created an object. And valid age, what I have written in that was a constructor. Guys, please see here. See, this is my constructor. This is called when the object is created. When I'm creating an object, I'm creating an object over here. New keyword. See, whenever new keyword is used, object is created. So I'm creating my object over here. And when the object is created, the constructor will get called. And what will happen? This message will get passed in string. When you are calling super, it will call the parent class constructor. I hope this is clear. Yes, dark fantasy. Is it clear? Okay, so we have many packages: lang package, util package, io package, .NET package. There are many packages available. There are some built-in packages which we have seen, and there are some user defined packages which you can create. Like for example, in the IntelliJ, here I am having a package day2. This is user defined package. But whereas import Java util is a inbuilt package. Okay, let's go ahead. I have given you here one link. If you'll go in this link, it will uh, take you to the place of Oracle site, and here all the packages, inbuilt packages are there. You can have a look at it. You will get the entire information. This link is important. All packages from the Oracle. Go on. The list is big. AWT, lang, net, IPv4, IPv6, TCP, UDP, security, encoding, decoding, what not. Everything is there. Util, image, so many. Java X, Spring Boot packages, Spring packages, Hibernate packages, so on. The list is big, guys. You can go and explore. We will move ahead. I have given you the link in the PPT. Everything is there. Um, Okay, we have seen scanner. I just wanted to show built-in util is a built-in package. That's it. I have included for that, and this already we have covered. Okay, why? What are the benefits of packages? There are some main benefits of packages. Code organization, encapsulation, and code reusability. You can use it in different places just by importing the packages. So these are the main benefits of packages. I have also given you the steps. You just have to right click on the src folder in IntelliJ and click on new and select a package. These are the steps which I have followed always for creating package. Just an example given. Okay, um, to use the package we have to import it. Okay, like here it is given, import. You can just use star means all the classes in that package will be invoked, will be accessible. And when you name specifically util.scanner, when you write, that means only the scanner part will be only the scanner class will be available, the method inside the scanner class will be available. But when you write star, that means everything, all the classes in that particular package is available. Util.star, all the classes are available. Access specifier, yes. Yesterday we have seen access specifier, but today this topic, access specifier, will be more clear to you, because default is there. And I have got one chart for you. See here, suppose a variable is there, in the same variable is a default variable. Consider this line and this line. Now default is accessible in the same class, it is accessible in the same package, it is accessible in the same package, and to the non-child class then also it is accessible. But is the default accessible in the different package? Suppose from the another package some class is inheriting your class. Suppose there is a package A in let me just get a paint. Get a paint. Okay, paint is there. Okay, you are having a package, say this is a question for all of you. Package 1. Okay, I'm having another package as package 2. Okay, inside package 1 I have class say A, and here I have class say X. Now X extends A. X is a child of A. Now here I have a class say B, and B also extends A. Inside A I am having a default variable, say int A. No, let me write int age. Okay, age is with a default X specifier. Now tell me that age is accessible in X or not? Age is accessible in X class or not? Age, or let me write it this way, is age is accessible in X class? Give me the answer, yes or no. This is your question. Age variable is accessible in X class or not? Dhruv is saying yes, Malik is saying no, Devi is saying yes. Please guys give answer. Everybody, please everyone respond. Now the answer starts coming. Murli saying no, Dipisha no, the Dark Fantasy is saying no. If we import, then also of course we need to import, but even if we import, will it be accessible? So the answer is no. Answer is no, it will not be accessible. No is correct. Okay, default accessible only in the package. So this chart is regarding that only. Okay, so different package it will not be accessible, no. Different package non subclass not accessible. Private only inside the class, everywhere it is no, 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 no. Protected, it is accessible in all the child classes whether it is in the same package or different package, but non-child class it will not be accessible. And public, everywhere yes. I think now the difference is more clear with this table. The access specifiers are clear. Okay. Okay guys, if you have any doubts please put it in the chat box. Let's see a collection framework. A collection in Java framework provides an architecture to store and manipulate group of objects. Java collections can achieve all operations that you perform on data, such as uh, searching, sorting, insertion, manipulation, and deletion. Now, let me take example of array first, as we have not taken array yesterday. JDBC we are not taking right now. Okay. Suppose I am having an array like I'm specifying the size as 5. I can have value of array as 12. I can go on inserting 1, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I insert at fifth location? Can I insert at fifth location, guys? ARR of 5. Can I insert this value? No, I cannot. Because the length is 5, size is 5. I cannot insert on fifth location, otherwise my size will become 6. And the arrays are cannot be expanded dynamically. We cannot increase the size of array. That is the limitation of array. Just have your concentration towards array. The limitation is that, first of all, it stores the data of the same data type. That means if it is storing integer, it will store all the integer data. You cannot have heterogeneous data. You need to have homogeneous data in the array. Okay. And so you need to have all the numbers over here. Let me have some numbers. Okay. Okay. Now if I have to sort this array, I have to write the logic. I have to write the for loop and nested for loop, and I have to do the sorting and all. So there is no function which is helping me to sort the array in just one line. I have to write the logic by myself. Even if I have to search, sort, or various operations, insert, manipulate, delete, anything I have to do it manually by writing code. There are no methods which are supporting me. But with the collection framework, you can have array which can be expanded dynamically, which can store heterogeneous data, and which can give you support of the framework, and you can have the methods to sort, insert, delete. You can have these methods. That is the advantage of array. Sorry, collection. That is the advantage of collection. You have a big collection in the Java, which is having many interfaces and classes. Java collections, all the collections can grow dynamically. Yes, array uses continuous memory for storing, and we can have linked list which is there in the collection, which doesn't use continuous memory. It can occupy the memory wherever available. That is linked list. That is the advantage. And the collection is present in the package java.util package. Your collection is available. So here I have, see, I'm not right now, I'm not with the time limitation, as we have to cover the project also. I'm not going in much detail with the collection. Like, I'm not taking the entire collection. It won't be possible in this limited time. But definitely we can have future series in that we can cover the collection part in detail. And now we will do project also. Here I'll cover the part of array and array list I'll cover. So array store only homogeneous data types, all the same data, which has the fixed size. Collections permit heterogeneous data. That's the difference. And that are growable in nature. That means you can increase the size, you can insert the data. You don't have to worry about what is the size, it can expand. Collection framework reduces programming efforts by providing useful data structures and algorithm. programmer efforts are reduced, increases speed of the program and the quality also. So these are certain benefits of the collection. Okay, this is the collection hierarchy we are having. And this hierarchy is given just to have you idea that how big the collection is and what all things are there in the collection. But today we'll be covering array list, more importantly, and iterator. You can go in detail about this. So there is a collection interface, there is a map interface, you have list, queue, dequeue. These are all interfaces. The color is different. And the classes are array list is a class, vector, linked list, which is coming under list. Behind length, yes, I'm going to show you program. Hash set, linked list, hash set, tree set, you have tree map, you have. So you have multiple classes over here. We can explore this. Yes, we'll go ahead with the array list. The array list class implements the list interface. As I have already mentioned here, there is a list interface and array list is a child of that. So it is implementing the list interface. Even the vector class is implementing list, linked list is implementing list. It uses dynamic array to store the duplicate element of different data types. Array list class maintains the insertion order and it is non-synchronized, and this can be randomly accessed. Let's have a demo for this. Okay. Okay, let me take one demo. This demo first we will take and then I'll show you the variation. What is happening in this demo? First of all, see java.util.star you can mention as it is there in the util package. Array list, and this is specifically integer is written. That means now this particular list array will have only integer data because you are mentioning it here explicitly integer. That's why it is having integer, and you can go on adding it. This is the way we insert in list. So let's create this, and then you are printing the list with the enhanced for loop. Okay, let's see IntelliJ. I'll create a one array over here, say array list, and it is of type integer. New array list, you can mention over here, and it is again of type integer. Specifically you are writing integer. So storing any other value other than integer, it will be a problem. Now I can add it in this arr dot add. You can add some numbers. Arr dot add, say 23. I'll append in random order, say 56. Five. These are some elements I have entered in the array. You can just print or do addition, whatever you want, integer for any integer list. Okay, I have mentioned as array. Okay. Let's run this. Now you can see there is 12, 45, 23, 56, 5. You can again go on adding these numbers. There is no size limitation right now you're having over here. You can go on adding. Yes, array list is the child class of list interface. Correct, Bindu. Okay. So what else I wanted to show here? Suppose you're not writing it as integer over here, you are just removing this integer. Okay, and you're adding it, and I want to, like, I will change some. Okay, before that, let me show you one method. Suppose you want to sort this. What you will do to sort it, you can write it here. You can have method support, inbuilt method support, that is collection dot sort, and you can have the arr sorted. And now let's just print it. Okay, see, you can see the array list is being sorted. You're getting data in ascending order: 5, 12, 23, 45, 56. This is in ascending order. If you have to get it same by array, then the things are difficult. You have to use sorting algorithms, and then you have to sort it. But here with just one method, it is possible to sort. So this is the benefit of using collection. You have method support for this. And yes, I wanted to show you this part also. Heterogeneous data. Suppose I'm removing this integer, that I don't want integer specific data. I want my data could be anything. In that case, I'll not do the sorting, and I'll not use this in enhanced for loop. I will show you another way. Suppose my sum data I'm changing, like it is I'm making as say uh, some names I'm putting. Okay. Neha, Asma, these names I have put. And now you can use iterator, say itr equal to, I want dot get iterator. I will get the iterator. An iterator, you can iterate each element. You can traverse each element with the iterator, which is there in the array list. You can traverse, for traversing it is used. Um, it's better to use while loop. While the itr has next, till there is value in the itr, you can just go on printing it as out. You can have itr dot next. Array list is best suitable for each search operation, not suitable for insertion or delete data between, because of shifting operation. Yes, correct. So let's move ahead. This is done. See, now this particular array list is storing heterogeneous data. 12, Neha, 23, Asma, 5. This is heterogeneous data. That's all about array and array list. I hope the difference is clear between array and array list, and how the array list is better and how it is supporting. This is where we have used enhanced for loop. We have used iterator. Iterator interface provides the facility for iterating the elements in forward direction. And there are three methods in the iterator. We have used has next, which will return true if there iterator has more elements, otherwise it will return false. Object next, this is the return type. Next will give you the object whatever is there in the array list. It returns the element and moves the cursor pointer to the next element. It automatically updates also. Remove, it removes simply, removes the last element returned by the iterator. It is less use. Iterator interface, we have seen the example also. So this part we have covered. We can move ahead with our project, that is banking application. So before moving ahead with the banking application, I want to ask you guys, is the things whatever we have studied now, is it clear? If it is clear, we can move ahead. Respond guys, put it in the chat box. If any questions are there, you can put it that also. Priyal, Dhruv, Prasanna, Arfat, Jayesh, Devi, Dipisha. Thank you, Dipisha. Vidya, thank you. Kaushik, Arfat, Valencia, Anulya, Arushi, all clear. Shomai, good to hear from all of you guys. And after this application, our slides are over. Okay. See, we are going to make banking application. Let's begin with the project now. So first of all, how our application will be, let me show you the output first, because I have, in order to save time, I have already developed this application and I have stored at my place. Do not worry, I have given you the code also. See, whatever code is there, I have given the entire code to you in the ppt, so that you don't have to worry about after the session. Right now I'll show you, because if I'll type so much of code right now, and the 30 minutes will pass like that only in typing. So here it goes. In the package, mypack.project, here I have included the project. Let's have a look on this project. Okay, so there is a, first of all, there are two exceptions which I want to handle. One is the insufficient fund. Suppose your account is not having the sufficient funds and you want to withdraw money. If you want to withdraw money, then in that time you want exception to get generated. Yes, of course, this can be handled in different ways also, but right now I want you to make use of exceptions which we have just learned. That's why I'm using this kind of concepts. So insufficient funds will, this exception will arise if you're trying to withdraw money more than the balance which you are having. So this exception will be generated. Let's have a look in what you have written. Class insufficient funds exception. This is simply extending the exception. And exception class, which is the super class of all the exception. If have any doubts, any queries, please ask. Please put it in the chat box. And then inside the constructor, you have passing just valid age. We have passed constructor, we have passed the message, so that anytime when we are printing e object of this insufficient funds, it will display the right message. So that constructor, I am passing super wins. Super will give a call to exception class constructor. Then invalid account exception. Invalid account exception, if you are entering wrong account number. If you are entering wrong account number, then invalid account exception will be generated. This exception will get arise. Same, you just simply extended the exception class and you are invoking the parent class constructor. Okay, then again, these are the two classes, custom exceptions. So this part is done. Define specific exceptions for common banking errors. Now I have just included two exception, two custom exception. You can have any n number of exceptions. You can think from your side and you can have some more exceptions. Okay, bank account class. Okay, I have created a bank account class, and in the bank account class, I just kept it simple. There is account number, and account number is a string. I have not taken any integer number over here. Um, you can have some alphabets also, and account holder's name and the balance, of course. These three parameters, three attributes are there for bank account. You can have a constructor, and in the bank account I'm having important methods. What are these important methods? Let me show you. Okay, I'll minimize the output. So I have now with this plus, if I click, it will expand into the logic. Right now, I don't want your attention into logic. Let's see what is there inside the this bank account class. Inside the bank account class, you are having function as important function as deposit function, withdraw function, and get balance. You want to check the balance. If you want to check the balance, there is a get balance method which you can invoke. Deposit, if you want to put the money in the account, and withdraw if you want to take out some money, if you want to withdraw. Okay, these terms are very well understandable. Now, when you deposit the money, you have to give the account number. If your account number is wrong, the invalid account exception should be generated, and that is what is generated inside deposit, and that's why it may throw invalid account exception. That's why we have written throws invalid account exception. Withdraw money. So withdraw money, two exceptions can be generated. One is you're trying to withdraw more money than the balance. In that case, insufficient funds exception will be generated. And if you're giving wrong account number, then invalid account exception will be generated. Okay. And get balance will not give you any kind of exception. It will simply return whatever balance is there. It will simply return that balance. You can have getter and setter methods. I am not having setter methods. I have just put constructor, but it is advisable to have getter and setter both. So when you will develop the project, please have getter and setter method both. I hope this bank account class is clear. We are just having deposit, withdraw, and get balance. That's it, these three. Okay. Then we have bank class. In the bank class, I have specifically made this account class is very specific to a customer. And bank class is having one very important array, bank account array, which is holding all the account number. It is holding all the account number, and this cannot be beyond 10. This is what I have said. But yes, of course, max counts, I have said max count. That means your bank can have 10 accounts. You can increase it to 100 or any number. Or else when you learn JDBC, you can go on having the database connection to this. Right now, I did not wanted it to expand more. So I have just kept the limit of 10. And in this add account, what I'm doing, you can create account. First of all, in bank, what methods are there? You can add account, you can find account. There are two methods, add account and find account. We will go into detail of this shortly, and let's see how the main works. Let's run the program and see the output. So now it is asking me banking system, create account, deposit, withdraw. Okay. Check balance. So say initially I want to create a account. So I've given option 1. It is asking me to enter account number. I will enter some account number. Say for example, remember the account number, but I am entering this number 1 2 3 4. Okay, remember the account number. Account number name. Account name is Asma Sharma. Okay. Enter initial balance. Say 50,000. Okay. So account created. I got the message, account created. Okay. When I entered option 1, account is created. Now I want to say withdraw some money. I'm giving option 3. Account number, I'm giving the same account number. Okay. Everything yes, I'm sharing. I'm going to share the code. Yes, Prasad, I'm going to share the code. Okay. Enter the amount to be withdrawn. Say 50,000 was there. I am trying to withdraw, say 5,000. Okay, 5,000 has been withdrawn. You want to check the balance, give option 4, give the account number. What was the account number? 997546. Okay, okay, balance is 45,000. 5,000 has been withdrawn. Okay, and now what else you want to do? Suppose you want to deposit some money. So for that, I'm giving number 2. Everything properly. I'm not doing any mistake right now. I will give wrong account number. I will try to withdraw all the money more than the balance. That part we will do. So account number I want to enter 997546. Okay. Amount to be deposited, anything you can deposit. Say I'm depositing 500 rupees, and you let's withdraw some money. 3, withdraw. I want to withdraw now. How much will be there? I want to withdraw 60,000. 6,000, 60,000. Oh, I have given wrong account number now. I have given wrong account number. Account number is wrong, so amount to be withdrawn. Okay, so I have got error, account not found. 60,000 account not found. This exception has generated and my program is not terminated. This is the benefit of exception. Okay, so now what will I'll put the right say 3. Check the another exception. I'll enter correct account number 997546. This is an amount to withdraw. I want to withdraw 60,000 rupees. Okay. What another error I got? Insufficient funds for withdrawal. I got this error now. I hope the working of the application is clear. If you want to exit, I will press the number 5, exiting, and my program ended. Okay, very small application we have developed by using all the concepts which we have learned till now, till date. In 3 days, whatever we have learned, from that we have made this application. Okay, now you can go in detail. I will share this code with you, but you can see while true, some operation variable is there and it is been set to true. Till it is true, you have to go on executing this loop. This will go executing again and again, infinity, till you make the value of OP as false. It will be re-executing. Okay, so now here the options are given. You're scanning the input, you're checking in the switch case whether it is matching with case 1, case 2, case 3. So in case 1, what is happening? Enter account number. You're reading the account number, account holder name, and balance. And when you're creating, 1 is for create account. So when you want to create account, what you're doing, you're calling a method bank add account method, which is there in the bank. Now you can go in the bank class. Okay, add account. You can expand this and check what is the code written. You're checking if the max count account, if your number of accounts are more than 10, then it won't be created. You won't be able to create even more accounts. That is just some complexity I wanted to introduce. That's why I have given here. Thank you guys. So bank cannot hold more than 10 accounts is given. Otherwise you can have, I'm simply incrementing the account count plus plus, and you can create, your account will get created. Account number, holder name, and initial balance, that will be get stored in these variables which are passed in the constructor of bank account class. Bank account constructor will get called and your object will be initialized. Then account created, account number will be displayed to you, and it will go back again in the main and break. Task 1 done. Now you are asking, suppose you want to do deposit. You want to deposit. So what is happening in the second thing? Enter account number, enter the deposit amount. And first thing what you're doing, you're finding the account number is there or not. That's why you're calling which method? Find account. You're asking find account. Find account method is there in the bank. Find account. Let me expand this. What this method is doing? It is checking by using loop. It is checking from the array of object. From the array of a object, it is searching whether that account number is matching somewhere in the array or not. If it finds that, it will return that. If you do not find in the for loop, you will give a message account not found. That particular account number is not found. That will go in the main, and here you will have a message, account not found, or it will be printed, and amount to be withdrawn, exception will be generated. Sorry, exception will be generated. Invalid account. Let me go back again here in the bank. Okay, so what you are doing, you are throw new invalid account. This exception will be generated, and again your main will continue. Your case 4 is you want to withdraw. Give the account number. Again you are doing same thing. You are doing the find account. If account is there, it will give, otherwise it will throw an exception. And okay, this option 4 is for get balance. You are checking the balance. I think I missed out. Withdraw. If you want to withdraw, withdrawal method of bank account will be called here. This withdraw method, what it will do, it will check the amount. If your amount which you want to withdraw, one second guys. One second guys. Okay, if your amount what you want to withdraw is less than 0, suppose you are putting in negative number, you want to withdraw minus 100 rupees, so which is not a valid number. If you are giving some kind of this number, then you will get a exception, invalid account, invalid amount. In amount you will get, I have not given a proper exception over here, but you can give it. And here I am passing a message, withdrawal amount must be positive. Okay, I have just reused this class, but better is to create a separate exception class. If amount is greater than balance, then insufficient fund, this exception will be generated. And otherwise, this is a shorthand way, balance is equal to balance minus amount, shorthand way to write, and the amount will be withdrawn. That amount will be deducted from your balance. Okay, that's all, and we have completed. If you want to exit, press 5. You're making OP as false, and once OP is false, your loop will not iterate, it will stop there. And if you are entering any case which is other than 1 2 3 4 5, you will get default execution of the switch case, which is invalid option, and that's it. That's all. This is all project, the entire project, a very small project we can develop by using all the techniques which we have learned in 3 days. You can create this. I hope these things are clear to all of you. Yes guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Okay, I'm there now. I'm utilizing next 10 minutes to answer all your questions. You can go ahead with whatever questions you have regarding Java. You can put it in the chat box. I am happy to answer that. Dhruv, Nana Creations, Amisha, Priyal, Devi, Vishank. Good to see all of you, all of your messages. Is this 100%? No, this is not 100%, guys. This is not 100%. This is all the beginning. These are all the beginning and basic stuff we have covered, and still the core part is having, there is a lot in the collections. I have shown you in the slide. The collection is huge, but we have covered some part of the collection. Yes, let's upgrade can plan for Spring Boot. what's the use of super keyword? Okay, very good question. I will explain you as I am having the time. I will explain you the use of super keyword. See, let me have it in the, okay, this demo I will explain and delete all the code which I am having. Super use of super keyword. There are three uses of super keyword. See, uh, let me write here for you. Yes, guys, you can. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Fatima. Okay, there are three uses of super keyword. Super keyword has three uses. Okay, the one use is, yeah, we can delete account and so on. We can do a lot of operations. I have just done few operations. One use of super keyword is to call the parent class constructor. Another is to call parent class variable. And third use is to call parent class method. These are the three uses of super keyword. Let me have a class as parent class as employee. Okay, and this employee is having int say id and string name as variables. I will have quickly a constructor for the employee class for both the variables. Okay, and let me have one method that is uh, void show data, which is simply displaying id and name. Okay, now in this class I'm having all the three. Thank you, James. So here I'm having all the three data, and let me have a child class, say class manager, extends employee. Okay, now what is the error? Okay, create constructor. Okay, I'll create constructor, do not worry. Okay, so here say I'm having a int age, this, and I want to first use, we will see, to call the base class constructor. So I'm having a manager constructor which will accept the id, then it will accept the string, say name, and it will accept the age. Thank you, Priyal. So now you want to call id and name will get initialized from the parent. So first use is to call the parent class constructor. I will pass id and name because these are inherited from my parent class. So I'm calling parent class constructor. First use is clear. What this was my first use. I'm writing it here. Okay. Now next is um, okay. Let me have this age is equal to age. Okay. In my void show manager, I am having this method, and inside this I want to call the parent class variable. Say I want to call name. What will I do? I will write super dot name s out. I can just print here. Sorry, what I'm doing. Okay, super dot name. So this is the second use, that is I can call the parent class variable. Okay, and third use is if you want to call the parent class method. What is the parent class method? Employee method is that, I'm so sorry, I should have written this code inside show manager. I should have written this code inside show manager. One second, let me just fix something I have written in here and there. Okay, is it fine now? Yes. This is first use, second use, and third use is you can call the parent class method. That is super dot, I want to call show method, show data. This is the third use. Okay, show data is not, you can call it directly because it is void, no? So I cannot write it in s out. It is void method. Okay, that's it. It's done. This is the third use, to call the parent class method. Now you can simply go ahead, you can create the object of manager, say my equal to new manager. You can pass on some id, some name, asthma, and what else, age 23, s out my dot show manager. This method you can call. What's the mistake? Okay, again show manager is void, I cannot call it inside s out. Okay, asthma, id 78, name asthma. But this is just to show what is the use of uh, super keyword. Any other question, any other topic you want to revise, please put. Yes, I have explained encapsulation. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, Lokesh. I did explain encapsulation. Guys, if you have any other query, we still have 5 minutes. Any other topic you want to revise? Go ahead. If no questions, we can close then. Okay, if it is all clear, the PPT and all you will get. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Goofy, and everybody, Sonu and Bindu and Dhruv and Aniket and so on. Chintan, Fatima, Harsh, Prasanna, Nana, Krishna, Amisha, Dhruv, Devi, Arfat, Priyal. Thank you, guys. And it was a nice opportunity by Let's Upgrade team. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet again. See you all. Bye. Good night.